Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a postpartum update. Actually today is my 2-week mark, but I'm going to be mostly going over what the first week was like because I'm just now able to sit down and do this video. It has been really easy these past couple weeks because I've had my mom with me, but she just left this past Sunday, so it's been a little crazy finding time to sit down and do a video. So we're a little bit late, but we're doing it now. And Adrian is sitting here behind me. For those who didn't see the birth vlog, he was born on May 16th at 5:12 p.m. weighing 8 pounds 4 ounces, and he was 20 inches long. So first thing I'm going to touch on is the differences between both my births. So those who don't know or haven't seen my birth story for my first son, this is my second child. With my first, he was 10 pounds 2 ounces, so right away we have a giant weight difference. And with my first labor, I had 2 tears, so the recovery was a lot more intense and a lot more painful. I was on pain meds and could barely do anything. I couldn't even climb in my bed because that's how bad it was. And this time around, I had no tears and literally feel like I didn't even give birth, which is amazing. I hope that every woman feels that way afterward. I don't know if that's just the, having 2 kids and things are, a little worn out down there or something like that, so your body's just used to it. But honestly, if I am breastfeeding, that's why I'm saying this, because honestly, if my nipples didn't feel like they were about to fall off, then I wouldn't even believe that I had given birth, which I am amazed by, and I'm so happy about that. So that's like the difference between recovery. Recovery has been so great this time around. I really haven't needed any intervention, no pain meds, no like ice packs, nothing. My biggest learning curve was breastfeeding because I was unable to breastfeed with my first son because of complications. He was in the NICU, and by the time he got out, I just couldn't catch up and I had no idea what I was doing. Now I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm succeeding somehow, which is awesome. So any breastfeeding tips, please leave them down in the comments, because 2 weeks in and whew, this is crazy. You would think breastfeeding would be easy. I know it's easy for some moms, but it's really hard. I have big nipples we're gonna get a little personal here, because why not? And when you have big nipples and you're feeding a newborn, it can be very difficult. You would think since he's a bigger baby that it'd be easier, but it's not. Finally, 2 weeks in, latching is getting better, but he's still not at birth weight, so we're having a little bit of difficulty with that when we go to the pediatrician. But he has enough wet diapers, so our pediatrician isn't worried, but he needs to start gaining weight better. Other things about breastfeeding, it took 5 days for my milk to come in, just in case any moms were wondering about, like, I don't know what the average day is. I think it's like 3 to 4 days, but it took 5 days. He was born on Wednesday. My milk came in on a Monday, that following Monday. So don't be freaked out if your milk hasn't come in yet during those first couple days. It'll come, I promise. Just keep breastfeeding whenever he wants to be on. If he wants to keep you up 6 to 7 hours just so he can be on the boob, do it, because that's what I had to do. It was horrible, and I'm running on no sleep. But I am breastfeeding, and that's what I truly love, and I'm so happy that I'm able to do it this time around, because, like I said, I wasn't able to do it with my first, and I really, really wanted to. He's squirming. It took about a week for the healing of my nipples to happen. Those for you who have not breastfed before, I think even if you have a perfect latch, you're still going to have some cracking or tenderness, because it takes a little bit for your boobs to get used to what's going on. It took about a week for everything to heal up and for me to not have any more cracks or anything like that. My nipples are still tender, but I've heard from other moms that it takes a month or so for them to get used to it, and for like latching to be perfect anyways. And Adrian has a really awesome latch, but he just doesn't like to open his mouth wide enough, so that's like the difficult thing. So I'm just going to give like a few tips that I've learned so far. I mean, I'm not a lactation consultant, but this is just what's helping me with breastfeeding right now, for those if you're just trying to round up some information. Like I said, don't quit. It doesn't matter if they want to feed on the hour, every hour. Like I said, I did 6 to 7 hour stretches at night when he first came home from the hospital. So it's just going to help your milk come in. You always have milk. Your boobs always have milk. Any mom can breastfeed. Drink water until you feel like you're drowning, and just let them feed whenever they want to feed. And use nipple butter. It will save your life. Do I have both? These are my preferred nipple butters that I have. There's this one. And I really like this one, but it's not as, it's like, you can tell like the base is like coconut oil or something like that. So it's not like a cream. It's more of an oil, and then it has like pieces of like coconut oil in it that melt, which is really nice. And then this is the other one that I like. And it's called Boob Ease. I think my camera flips it around, and it's organic. Both these are organic. They don't have lanolin. This one's more, it's definitely oil based, but it's more of a cream, and it goes on like butter. I like both of these. I would recommend both of these. I think you can get either one of them at Target or online on Amazon. I know you can get them on Amazon. And use those every time. Honestly, your nipples will thank you for it. And like I said, feed whenever they want to feed, or every 2 hours when they first come home, and that'll really help you out. At least that's what's helped me out. Like I said, I'm now a lactation consultant. This is my first time breastfeeding, but this is what's helping me out and what has progressed me this far. I've also been pumping after some sessions. Not all of them. Today has not been the day for pumping. I pumped earlier this morning, but we have been cluster feeding today because apparently there's another growth spurt at 2 weeks, and I forgot about that. When it comes to pumping, I have absolutely, like, no idea what I'm doing when it comes to pumping. My boobs don't like the pump. They don't like it, so I can't really give too much information on that. I do have a pump, and like I said, I try to pump after feeding so that I can increase my supply, because I think that's what that's for. But otherwise, I have no tips or tricks on pumping. So I'm going to get right into, like, what baby's like right now. Like I said, we're doing like every 3 hours for feedings right now, and even at nighttime we're doing that same thing. He opens his eyes, he holds his head up so well. He's such, like, you guys, babies are just the best thing in the whole world. I can't imagine already, like, I can't imagine not having 2 kids, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. Like, I would not want to go back to having 1 kid, even though it's been a struggle with my 18-month-old. But he's so sweet, and he already gives his brother kisses and pats, and it's like it's just so cute. Baby hasn't really, you know, he's still sleeping all the time. Most babies, they don't really have wake periods. He only has wake periods when he has the hiccups, and I normally feed him to put him back to sleep. But that's pretty much it for the 1 week update. It's mostly for me. If you guys have any questions, put them down in the comments. And if you have any advice for me, or breastfeeding advice, pumping advice, I would love to have it, especially if any moms out there with 2 boys that are really close together in age. If you have any advice for that, or girls, it doesn't matter. Close in age, 18 months or younger, or, you know, a little bit older than that, I would love some advice as a mom. That's pretty much it for this postpartum update. If you guys have any questions, just go ahead and leave them down in the comments. If you like this video, then like, and if you want to see more content that I'll be having coming up, go ahead and subscribe. Hopefully in later videos I'll have more of updates on babies and things like that, where you get to see them awake in action.